Hello everybody and welcome to Cherry's Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 Boundary Breaks. In this episode, we'll be covering 4 more stages. We'll be covering Sewer Slam, Rooftop Rumble, Tetradome Takedown, and Hardcore Chores. So this is Sewer Slam, and it's the first destination on our list today. Sewer Slam, because of the casual variants in this stage, it actually has a lot more going for it, and I'm excited to see what this stage looks like, being that it has this background that's pretty layered, modeled, and such. And I'm excited to see what it looks like. As a reminder, we always use the Unity Explorer tool, which also has a specific Unity FreeCam mod that is separate from it, and see just exactly how this works. And so, right off the bat, because it zooms us out, we get to see some stuff normally you just straight up wouldn't, which, if we look straight down, is the slime water. It doesn't go out forever, obviously, but it's pretty cool regardless that there's actually some more elements that we literally can't even see, as well as this lighting element here, this fog going in front. We see it goes away. It's not like a thick thing or anything, but the smoke actually is coming out with it too. So we have this like fog layer that kind of hangs out on this side, and it's not on this side, which I think is fairly interesting. Coming back here, these pizzas, what is this called here? Weird pizza. Very true. I do think it is weird that your pizza's in the sewers, but that's just me. And here we have this slime, or this sludge sewer stuff that's coming out here. Go all the way over here. This is fully modeled, so this isn't some sort of, well, kind of like it's just a texture. Well, it's not really an actual model, and it is only textured on one side. And the same thing with these pipes. They're only textured on the side so we can see them, which is smart efficiency stuff. You don't want to model too much stuff or textures too much stuff here. Otherwise, it's kind of just a waste. Like, why would you, you know? Same thing with these on this side. They're not really textured certain ways here. But it is interesting how, like, textures seem to go away and come back depending on your perspective, which I do find interesting. I'm not sure if that's like intentional or how you'd even make that intentional. Again, I'm not a developer. Interesting nonetheless. Coming back into the cave of the sewers, or of the turtles, these rats actually aren't modeled rats. They are just a 2D image, like almost like a GIF of some sort, and you see them run across. And is it a pattern? 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 1, 1, 2. Maybe it's 1, 1, 1, 2. 1. I can't believe we're counting this. 1, 1, 1. Oh, it's a little bit more random than I would have figured. Now, is it 1, 2? No, 1. Interesting. So here's all the caves of the turtles here. And it's hard to say what is what here. But it is interesting that they even modeled back here of the caves, because I don't really think even with the camera angles you see this far back. But if this is the turtle's home, I'd imagine this is Donatello's with the double swords. Maybe Leo's. Hard to say. Maybe this is Raph's just because it has the red headband. No, this is definitely Donatello's. All these books. Let's keep moving here. And this one is not anything in it. And the same is true with this one. So maybe there's the 2 turtles. So we have Raph and Donatello. And just like in NASB2's roster, there are no Michelangelo or Leonardo to be seen, unless you use the final split, of course. Moving back even farther, this pot is not modeled, as well as this chair, stop sign in these photos, as well as the wall itself. It's literally just a dead end here. And we can go on the outside of it, but there's not too much behind it. So overall, let's go on one of these tubes and just see how it all would work. It doesn't seem to show too much in there. On these, yeah, they don't really go anywhere. Just clear the conscious, you know, I'm not missing anything. Underneath the slime, there's really nothing. And so, going from above, this is the full stage. It's almost like a FPS map, if you will. Lots of lanes and such. And as Donatello says, it's like sharp-looking stage. But that is Sewer Slam. Next up on our list, we have Rooftop Rumble. And again, similar to Sewer Slam, this stage has definitely changed with its new casual variant. It's a lot bigger, a lot more things going on this stage. So I'm actually very excited to, again, see just how it's changed. So now that we've gotten into FreeCam here, and it's actually interesting. This is one of the few stages where the background actually kind of sticks around. And, oh my gosh, because they're all like modeled, except for, wait, even the, oh, that's really cool. That's a really good illusion. So as we get farther back, a lot of these buildings are like at least 4 or 5 textures, whatever, making a square or a cube. But once we get back here, look, it's a little modeled helicopter. That's really awesome. Once we get farther back, we see that it kind of does how Jellyfish Field, if you watch our previous videos, did with the mountains in the back. The mountains just become these like square, or these flat textures, excuse me. But these flat textures create this illusion that it's a lot more deep than it is. And even the moon up here is just a flat lit texture here. And the silhouette even expands past this. It expands past the silhouette of the city. And then you just have this purple background, which is interesting that it's purple because obviously it's such a different lighting with this lighting effect in front. But all the way back, nothingness, and it's just a purple background. But exploring some of the actual stage here, we have the Foot Clan guy throwing his sword around. And it's actually really cool that, oh, he bunked his head. Oh! We caught him. We caught him in the act. There's 2 of them here. That's pretty awesome. The Foot Clan. Oh. He's starting. That's pretty awesome. So he starts his loop pretty much, and then he'll run around, bonks his head, and then when he gets back up, he just stays static for a while. That's a cool thumbnail. Moving on. We have the weird pizza shop that we saw earlier down in Sewer Slam, but this is the pizzeria itself. It's not the tallest building ever, but it is actually modeled all the way through, and if we go inside, of course, there's nothing on the side of the buildings, but it's fairly detailed. We have this little dude in the chat below. Make sure you let me know what this little guy's name is, but he's running around here doing this little track. What does he do? He jumps off. No! Oh, and he despawned. Moving on to the second building here, which is the main one, of course. Little paint cans, as well as just some basketball hoops. And again, nothing on the inside of the buildings here, but we're gonna move on to this third one now. Under construction, they say. I see a lot of construction stuff, but no workers, of course. It's evening here at Rooftop Rumble, but we do see a lot of these little dudes walking around, you know? These little like robot dogs or whatever the heck they're called. So I find that interesting, but if you know what those are from TMNT, feel free to let me know in the comments section. But let's see how this works. This comes all the way down into the blast zone, and then it rises all the way up, and then goes all the way back down. And it doesn't really despawn or anything, as far as I can tell, but it does stop at certain areas. It has this path that takes all the way up and down, which I think is really interesting. You also have the wrecking ball up here that will swing out, and I think that's pretty dang cool, if you ask me. But there's a lot going on in this map, but it's pretty simplistic at the same time. A lot of these dudes jumping off of things, like, very detailed, but also nothing too crazy. Like, we're not finding any hidden appas or anything. This was Rooftop Rumble. This is Tetradome Takedown, and it's a lot different than it was in NASB2. Even in its competitive variant, it's a lot different. Yes, it had like a lot of platforms in the last one, but the perspective of Tetradome is a lot different. It has this new laser that even destroys some platforms here, which I think is really awesome. It's just a lot different, so let's get it right into the free cam elements of it. So right away, it's also very different than the other stages we've seen, where it has this background here, and it does have these moving elements to it, where how does this work? I'm so curious. So coming up all the way, we actually see, to make this effect that you are moving, it has these fast trails here on the map, and then it has these 2 moving terrain textures that move across the left and right, and it just creates, along with these textures here, these effects down here of these like particles, and it has this effect that you're being chased, or that the whole thing is moving. And that was really cool. But let's go investigate this more. So that when the stages get destroyed, the platforms, they actually despawn and get sent lower than the stages, out of view. So let's watch that. Isn't that really cool? So they don't actually go away, they just move their position. And when do these come back? Let's see if we can catch it in action here. Oh, they're all gone, so they have to come back fairly soon. And here they come. Wow, that's really interesting. Very cool. But moving along to the back here, we actually see that this is held up. It's not like they didn't texture anything there. They actually have the whole texture of it connected here. It is connected to the dome itself. And is it a whole dome? No, it's not. So there is no backside to this dome, which is interesting because a lot of other things, not everything, but a lot of things seem to have a backside textured in. But speaking of little things, what is this little guy doing here? This guy is just chilling here. Oh, he's starting to fly. Look at him go. Where's he going? No, he flew into the wall. Where's he going? Is he despawn? I'm so curious. No. Look at that. He hasn't despawned once yet. They could have made him go away. Does he despawn this side maybe? Oh, I'm so curious. Now they're gonna have him come back into frame. Maybe it's just a whole loop. He just completes one giant loop animation. Nope, here he comes again. Come around one last time maybe. He's just kind of chilling here. This is cool. I wonder if this is where he stops with his loop, maybe? Or is he just, this is his path, he waits until a certain aspect, but this is really cool. Okay, he definitely stopped moving now, so I think he's gonna despawn in a couple seconds here. That's very interesting. Yeah, let's see, is there another guy down here anywhere? No, it's just him. He is him for sure. And that was really interesting, being able to see. Let me know in the comments section if you know who this guy is, what his name is, what his purpose is. But let's see, check him out actually. So he has this little like mecha alien controlling him, or whatever, this mutant, whatever you want to call him. Little robot brain in here controlling him from his stomach. So I imagine that's like he's some sort of antagonist, might controlling subhuman or something like that. Which that sucks. But he looks really funny. Did he just despawn? I think he did. Yep, there he is. We caught him lacking. That's pretty cool, and there he goes. Yeah, so this is Tetradome. It's pretty awesome, honestly. That's all there is to it. So this is Space Madness here, and this is a stage that came in NASB1 and is back for NASB2. And of course in NASB2, similar to literally everything else, it looks a lot better, the lighting's a lot cooler, you know. It's a bit bigger. And one thing that I appreciate a lot about this stage in NASB2 is that you can actually go up here. In NASB1, you actually couldn't go on top of the roof. You're limited to just the side platforms and the inside. I appreciate how this is more of a fun, like you could use the top, but you can also go on the inside and have some fun as well. But I think this is gonna be a really fun one to explore. So let's get right into it. So turning free cam on, this is another stage that I appreciate that has some sort of giant space background to it. So it gives it a lot more character. And this is one of the few that takes up a large portion of the screen here. So there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of cool things to use for it. But let's go explore Rocko's house here, or whatever this is. We got these little banana dudes just chilling, doing their thing, you know. Let's follow this guy for a bit. Let's see what he does. Just vibing. Him and Lucy. Oh, there's another one. Hello. Curious. Oh, there's a third one. Hello. Do they go on a line? I'm so curious. Look, they see each other. This is so funny. They're all communicating. They're like, hey, what's up? How's the game going? Brethren, how's it going? And he's like, I'll see y'all later. Let's follow him. Let's see where he's off to. So it looks like, oh, there they all go. They come back here into the kitchen. Uh-oh, somebody's in the wall there. Uh-oh, what the heck? What are they doing? One of their brothers has fallen. Oh my god, they all just died. They left their brother to die. This is so tragic. Look at that. What the hell? What the hell is the story here? W. What is the story here? I have to find out what's on the other side, chat. Where are these dudes even coming out of? The bathroom? That was a whole like NASB like creepypasta or something. I don't know. You could write a bunch of funny fan fiction about that. But this is the bathroom. It's only like somewhat modeled here. And let's go upstairs and see if there's anything going on. But it does not look like this because there's a literal wall here, but I'll walk in anyways. There's this like roof here going on top of the roof here in Space Madness. Just have just this texture here. And back here we actually have the Sucko-matic model floating around here. A bunch of popcorn here, chicken, toilet paper, more popcorn, toilet paper, chicken, baseball. And interestingly, it is just a flat texture, but because of the curves it makes it feel like it's not. But this is not actually modeled. It's just a texture that's like moved, I suppose, to like be curvy, but very cool nonetheless. And then got the moon here. You got the rocket booster up here and the rocket ship itself slammed through the building here. And it's a really cool art style. I love the stage for that. It's just very unique in how it looks and such. But it's also very cool. You have these like floating elements and the television, and these tables are also floating. I'm still very curious about the bananas. Like, where did they go? They showed up and then they said their goodbyes. And I don't think we've seen them come around since that one time. But going underneath the stage, it's actually all green there, which I find interesting. Whether that's because there was a grass texture or something that this is being used for, or something else, I don't know. But those bananas all seem to just despawn after they had that communication. That we haven't seen them all since. And this dude is still out here, so however long that track is where we see the bananas, they may only happen once per time you play the map. So you'd have to like reload the whole map for you to even see that, which is really funny. So, but honestly also really cool because it's such a small detail. Like, why wouldn't you put it on loop? But they chose not to. And you appreciate it once, and then you'll probably forget about them until the next time you see them, which is the next time you play on the stage, which honestly is really kind of cool because it just makes you appreciate the small things like that, you know. This was Space Madness, and this was the final stage we're shown today. So that's all the stages we're going to be going over today. These 4 stages were pretty interesting. Honestly, I'm excited for the future stages we'll be going over as well. We only have a couple more rows of stages in the casual line of these, and then we'll be doing some of the competitive ones because some of them are a bit different than their casual counterparts. But that's all for this video. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, give me a subscription so that you don't miss the next video in this series, and leave a comment on what stage you thought was the coolest one we went through today. Thank you for watching. I'm Cherry, and I'll see you in the next video.